Get underway with our baseball action. We've been off a couple of days because of the weather. Ryan Foreman's set to lead off for the Deerfield Warriors. Facing Danny Benton, the pitcher today. Trevians have an outfield of Dave Harvey in left. Dave Fitzgerald in center. Dennis O'Brien in right. There's a pitch low and away, a ball. Infield, third to first of Sharp, Deal, Nelson, and Nawida. And the battery of Benton pitching and Wallace catching. And the second pitch of the game is outside a ball. And right away, Benton down 2-0. Get a little behind the hitters. He's got to challenge them a little bit more. There's a strike. Looked a little low to me, but if he's consistent down there, I'll be happy. And the delivery. Swinging a foul ball back, and the count evens up at 2-2. The Neutral Trevians have had a problem of consistency all season long. One day it's been the pitching, one day it's been the fielding, one day it's been the hitting. Haven't been able to put all things together and certainly close out games. Strike three, caught him looking. And there's one away. Danny Benton on the mound today, Justin Nawida. They changed because this field was not ready, and they reversed the home schedule with Maine East. The Demons will play here on our off day. We will not be carrying the game. Here's the pitcher today, Josh Feldman. Feldman, the number 2 hitter, and head coach Kevin Marsh's lineup for the Warriors. And the pitch outside a ball. Challenge him out there. Come on now. Mike Bruiser on deck. There's a strike, and it's 1-1. After a rainy week here, a beautiful sunshiny day. There's mud around the corners, and in some places in the outfield. I notice there's a spot out there in right field that Dennis O'Brien is practically standing right in. There's a strike. There's Feldman. Danny Benton. Strike 3. Quickly, 2 up and 2 down for the Warriors. Danny Benton. Again with the shirt tail coming out. Here's Bruiser. Devin Mulligan on deck, the third baseman for the Warriors. There's a strike, strike 1. That's the first time, I think, that Danny Benton's been ahead of the hitter. There's a ball. And quickly evens up at a ball and a strike. Strike. Bruiser. High and away, a ball. There's a ball low. And the count goes full. 3-2 to Mike Bruiser. Devin Mulligan on deck for the Warriors. Top half of the first inning. No score. There's a ball, and Bruiser draws a walk. With 2 out, here's Devin Mulligan. And Justin Nawida. They're on first for the Trevs. Devin Mulligan steps in.
Keep it up! Andy, keep him fifth up.
Now the pitch on the way. There's a strike. Boy, this umpire's calling the low strikes here. Like him to be consistent. I mean, if he's going to call those, okay. There's a little ground ball out to Sharp. Throws across, got him, and that retires the side. In the inning, no runs, no hits. A walk and a man left. At the end of a half inning of play, no score. As the Trevians come to bat. And Dennis O'Brien leads it off for the Trevs. O'Brien, the right fielder today. There's a strike one. Feldman, the pitcher. For the Warriors. Strike two. Josh Feldman, a 5'9", 165-pound senior. There's a ball, low and away. Start getting to that time in a senior's life where they start thinking about post-high school now. Springtime being what it is, foul back. And senioritis has certainly struck a number of players on all these teams. Now the pitch. That's low and away, a ball. Bright sunshine. Beautiful afternoon. Despite the fact here's a little ground ball out to the shortstop. Has it, throws across. Got him. And there's one away, and here's Matt Sharp. The senioritis sets in, senior slump. Sophomore Matt Sharp, the third baseman for the Trevs, steps up to plate. Nobody on, one down. Bottom half of the first. Trevians getting themselves together, hopefully, for the playoffs, which begin the weekend after, actually the week of Memorial Day, and that's not too far off. Swinging a high fly ball out to right field. Right fielder over and has it. One hands it. Two down, and Andy Deal, the batter. Andy Deal.
Let's go, Andy. Let's go, Deal. And pick up the intensity for the show. Come on, 1-2.
Andy Deal bats for the Trevs.
Get a go, 2 here, kid. Out of bed.
That's a pitch low, a ball.
Hey, start with 2, Deal.
Justin Noida on deck. There's a ball outside. Actually, not too bad. I mean, we've had colder days here at the ballpark. High pop-up, foul and out of play off to the right. Bright sunshine. And although the wind blowing in from the lake, it is not a bitterly cold wind.
Hands up, Andy. Let's go, kid.
Actually, I thought it was going to be a lot worse temperature-wise with the wind coming in off the lake than it is. There's a ball outside.
Hey, make it 3 years. Now let's go. It's your pitch, kid.
Gesundheit. Pitch on the way, a little ground ball to the shortstop. The long throw across, and a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Warriors. At the end of one, no score. We'll be back with more here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Well, welcome back. All set to get underway with the second inning.
Good. 5, 6, 7 here.
That's where we are in the proceedings. Single game today on the network. Single game today. And a double header. No, take that back. Single game this week and next week on the network. There's a strike.
Frame it, Wally.
Mac Mansavage, the batter, leading off the second inning for the Warriors. Swinging a ground ball out to Dale. The throw in time. And there's one out.
Boy, Andy. And a boy.
And here's Glant. Second man up here in the second inning.
Atta baby.
That's a ball. A little outside. And the pitch. High and away a ball. Danny Benton pitching for the Trevs today. There's a ball. 2-0 to Glant. Swinging high pop-up. Foul down the right field line. Headed for the swamp out there. And foul ball. Into the mud. Down the line there.
We got a towel over here.
The field a bit wet.
Coach.
And as we said, it landed in the mud, and apparently they're going to have to dry that thing off a little bit.
Cat. Hey, 21. We got a towel over here. Throw the ball. Throw the ball over. Throw it on the ground. There you go, Danny. Thank you.
Now the delivery. Swinging a ground ball. Out to Tim Nelson. Throws. Got him. And there's two away.
Hey, boy, Timmy. Way to roll him up here, Dan.
2 up, 2 down. Two up and 2 away. And Danny Benton delivers. Swing and a high pop-up. Over goes O'Brien, and he has it for the out on Andrew Kaplan. And a 3 up, 3 down inning. At the end of 2, or an inning and a half, no score. Here's Noida to lead it off. There's a strike, strike 1.
Aggressive now, let's go, huh? Let's go 2-6.
Noida and Loddick on deck. And the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. Out to second. And we'll score that as an error on the second baseman. And Loddick. Matt Loddick steps in. A bright, sunshiny day. Kind of a hazy sunshine. And there goes Noida. Pitch low, a ball. The throw, not in time, and Nowata has himself a stolen base. Justin Nowata on at second. Took the jump and went. The pitch, high a ball. The big sophomore, Matt Lottick. Batting with one on, no out. Man in scoring position. Swing and a fly ball. Foul and out of play. Nearly got himself a car. Actually, the umpires made the mistake of parking down there. So if you're going to hit a car, that's the car to hit, I guess. The umpire's car down the line.
Go, Rick. Hey, Lottie. All three. Say, Lottie, drive in, kid, huh? Win a battle. Win a battle.
And the delivery. Swinging a high pop-up. Everybody going to give chase. Over. Nobody got it. And score that as another error.
Take advantage of that one, boy. Let's go. Up and south out.
And Lottick is safe on the bloop.
Did he touch it or did it fall on its own?
And that is scored in error. Second error of the game for the Warriors.
Yeah.
Runners at the corners. Outside of ball. Lottick on first, Nowata on third. The pitcher, Danny Benton, batting. The groundskeepers, the maintenance groundskeepers here, certainly have done an outstanding job in getting this field ready to play, considering the amount of rain we had. So did the New Trier baseball team. There's a strike. I'm sure they had all the underclassmen out there raking and fixing.
On, Danny. Up and south out here.
Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike.
Come on, Dan. Next one, kid. Go, Dan. Dan, 2 strikes hitting.
Josh Feldman on the mound for the Warriors. Looks over to first. There goes Lottick. Foul ball back.
Way to battle. Way to battle.
And Lottick talks back to first.
OB, I'm going to rip your nuts off.
Hey, remember?
Yes, watch your language, guys. Runners at the corner. And the pitch. Swing and a fly ball. To right. Over. Got it. And no. Nowata decides not to risk it.
Go, pick him up, Harv. Let's go. Line drive here. Line drive.
And here's Dave Harvey. Dave Harvey steps in. Josh Feldman stepped off the rubber. Lottick trotted back. Now the pitch. And there goes Lottick again. Here's the throw. No. Throw to third. And Nowata wasn't going.
Go, Harv. Got 2 out there, kid. Let's go.
So a stolen base for Lottick.
Hey, let's go, guys.
Uncontested.
Two guys out there.
Stolen base.
What say, kid?
Second stolen base of the inning for the Trevians. 2 on. In scoring position, 1 out. There's a strike.
Drive him in, drive him in. Let's go, Dave. Your spot, buddy. Go hard, Dave. Good eye, good eye.
That's a ball. Now Wida at third. Loddick at second. Dave Harvey, the left fielder, at bat.
Head on it, head on it.
And the look around.
Hard, Harv. Let's go, Harville.
Runners take their lead.
Kid, let's go. What about Harv? Let's go, kid.
And Harvey thought better of it. Stepped off the rubber.
Gotta love the hit now, Harv. What do you say, 3? Here. On, Harvey.
Now the pitch, swinging a line shot, foul. Down the left field line, and got out of here out of play in a hurry.
Go, Harv. Stay on top, buddy. Hey, win a battle. Let's go.
A lot of lefty-righty percentage going on here for the Trevians today. The pitch. That's a ball. Just a shade outside, I guess.
Hey, Harv. Come on, Harvey, what do you say, kid? On, Harv.
Now the pitch. Swinging a line shot. Base hit. To left field. Picked up by the left fielder. Here comes Loddick. And he'll come in standing up. A 2-run single for Dave Harvey. And the Trevians take the lead 2-0. And that brings up Nick Wallace with a runner on and 1 out.
Tim. Let's keep this going here, kids. Let's go now. Okay, Dad.
And here is Nick Wallace, the catcher. Throw to first, runner back.
What do you say, Wally? Your turn, kid. Oh, Wally.
Harvey again takes the lead. And a bunt. Foul. I think the wind a little bit has helped in this thing. Now the pitch. There's a strike. And Nick Wallace none too happy about that. And I don't blame him. Looked low and outside to me, but it is what the ump says it is. There's a strike. Strike 3, and Wallace comes back to the dugout muttering to himself about that one. And understandably so, as the catcher goes down, looking. And here is Timmy Nelson batting for the first time. 2 out, 1 on, 2 runs in here in the bottom of the second. There's a strike, strike 1.
That's not your pitch. You say now, come out, kid.
Nelson. Swinging a fly ball out to right. Right fielder circling over. He has it for the out. And the inning over. In the inning, 2 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors, and 1 man left. At the end of 2, Trevians lead it 2-0. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Let's take a look defensively for the Trevians. There's Dave Harvey in left. Dave Fitzgerald in center. Dennis O'Brien in right. And the infield is Sharp at third. Andy Deal at short. Tim Nelson at second. And Justin Nweta at first. Battery of Wallace catching and Danny Benton pitching. And the first pitch of the 3rd inning is a strike. High, a ball. 1-1. Swung through that. Sam Wise, the batter, to lead off here in the 3rd. There's a strike. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Wise goes down. By the way, people always ask me, how do I get involved in this game, and why am I always doing New Trier games? Simple. I'm paid by the New Trier Athletic Department to bring you the games. Here's Ryan Swift. He takes a strike. Strike 1. There's a strike. Strike 2. Actually, I'm paid by the New Trier Athletic Department to provide tapes to the coaching staff, and in the process, part of the fee is to broadcast the games. There's a ball outside. Outside a ball.
Come back and get him right here. You all right? You in the batter. Let's go on for it.
Ryan Swift, the batter.
Come on, Dan. Right to the middle here, kid.
High pop-up down the line. Going to go foul and out of play.
All right, Danny, battle here, kid.
The Trevians, 2 runs on 1 hit. The Deerfield Warriors, no runs on no hits. Danny Benton on the mound for the Trevians. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And there's 2 away. That brings up leadoff batter, number 1 in the order.
Hey, lead off.
Ryan Foreman.
Hey, boy, Danny. Start. Lead off.
Not a lot of size on this Deerfield team. Besides Devin Mulligan, who's just a shade over 6 feet. A high fly ball. And Nelson takes it on the outfield grass. 3 up and 3 down. Very quick 1-2-3 inning for Danny Benton. And we move to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Leading it off for the Trevians will be Dennis O'Brien. The leadoff batter in the order for the Trevs. There's a ball.
Come on, Dennis. Let's go, kid.
And the pitch. In the dirt, a ball. 2-0. Matt Sharp on deck. O'Brien grounded out short to first in the 1st inning. Batting here in the 3rd. There's a strike. Boy, this umpire loves those low pitches. loves to call him a strike. There in the delivery. Swinging a ground ball. Through for the base hit. To left. And that brings up Matt Sharp. Matt Sharp, the batter. Matt Sharp bats with the man on and nobody out. In the third. Facing Josh Fellman.
Andy.
Throw to first, runner back. I have a feeling Andy Deal doesn't like the fact of where I set up, because he just threw the baseball bat in my direction. There's the steal attempt, and O'Brien makes it easily. Stolen base, the third one of the game for the Trevs. And that brings up Matt Sharp.
Good job up there. Let's go.
Big jump by O'Brien. Sharp has a man in scoring position for him. Swinging a high pop-up. Foul. And out. Down the left field line. We kind of lose that. We've got a piece of fence and the dugout in the way. And there's one out. Here's Andy Deal. He also grounded out to the shortstop in the first inning. 3 up and 3 down inning for the Warriors and Feldman. In the second, 2 errors cost the Warriors 2 runs. When Dave Harvey singled both of them in. Shave and haircut, 2 bits, ball 1.
On, Andy. Right here, Robert. Back.
And scared Dennis O'Brien back to second. Never did throw the ball, though. There's O'Brien leading off. Swinging a bunt up in the air. Caught while in the air by the pitcher Feldman, and there's 2 down. And O'Brien still stands at second. Here's Justin Noida. Noida, a hot shot headed for the hole that the second baseman should have had back in the second. Justin eventually, he was safe on that error, then stole second. Went to third on the error that put Loddick on, and then scored on the Harvey run. Fly ball out. Caught it. Held on, and that retires the side. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. At the end of 3, it's the Trevians 2 runs on 2 hits, and the Warriors, no runs and no hits. We'll be back with more. And here's Josh Fellman to lead off the 4th inning. Benton cruising along with a no-hitter here through 3. Struck out 4, walked 1. There's a strike.
Nice pitch, Danny. Nice hit. Well, Danny.
Trevians really need to get their act in gear, particularly on closing games. They do very well do adequately, shall we say, through the first 3. And the middle 2
Get it right here.
is sometimes questionable, but there certainly has been a big problem in closing. I think that's because, with the exception really of Noida, they really don't have a pitcher that keeps the pitching count, the number of pitches down, and Noida this year has had some troubles with that. I'm not sure, if that's the pitcher's fault, too. I mean, that could be other players on that field. There's the ball. High and away. Certainly the Trevian fielding has allowed 4 and 5 outs in an inning. The delivery outside a ball.
Or down, let's go.
There you see where we are. Through 3. Top of the 4th. And the pitch low, a ball. Mike Bruiser walked. There's a strike. Walked in the first. Lone base runner for the Warriors. There's a ball, and he does it again here in the 4th. And that brings up Devin Mulligan.
Left side! Left side! Roll him up.
Devin Mulligan, the third baseman today. 6'1", 205 pounds, biggest player on this Warriors team. Oh my, they had him picked off and now thrown away by Benton. And Bruiser going to go all the way to third. Score that as an error on Benton.
I leave him out there, Danny. That's all right. Leave him out there.
So man on third. Andy Dale.
Ball, throw here.
The shortstop for the Trevs.
Wallace, over here.
Danny Benton gets a new baseball as the ball went into that swamp down that first baseline. Here's Mulligan with a chance to bring home a run for the Warriors. The Trevians. Again, errors costly. Perhaps. Trevians with a 2-run lead. Hitting 2-0 here in the 4th. Outside a ball. McMahon-Savage on deck. Boy, there have been a lot of Man-Savage players. There's a ground ball up the middle. Throw to first, and they'll concede the run. As Timmy Nelson throws out Mulligan. And it's 2-1. I believe it's his older brother. Played hockey for me a couple of years ago. Also a big football family at Deerfield High School. There's a ball. Low and away. 2 out. Nobody on. The Warriors now 1 run on no hits. And the Trevians 2 runs on 2 hits.
Come on, Dan.
Swinging a ground ball out to Timmy Nelson. A couple of hops and a throw to first, and that ends that. In the inning, 1 run on no hits. There was 1 error and nobody left. We go to the bottom half of the inning with the Trevians now leading by 1, and Matt Loddick leads off the inning. Matt Loddick. There's the ball. Matt, 6'4", sophomore. There's a pitch low, a ball. I noticed something about Matt and the way he bats. He brings that bat down a little bit, and he kind of turns the bat over a little bit in a swing. He's so wiry and strong that he's been able to force it a little bit. Ball 4, and Loddick draws the walk. And that brings up Benton. And Loddick going to come out. And Dave Fitzgerald is going to take over. Fitzgerald is the... will eliminate the designated hitter now, as Fitzgerald will bat and bat for himself. Loddick had been batting for him. Benton, the batter, with Fitzgerald. Swing and a ground ball through for the base hit. Line shot out to right field. And Fitzgerald. I think Fitzgerald was one of those players that earlier on in the game, earlier on in the season, was hit by one of those things going through. And ever since then, there's been a lot of instruction on how to get out of the way of that one. Here's Dave Harvey. 2 on, nobody out. Harvey bunts it up in the air, foul, out of play. Nick Wallace on deck. Runners on at first and second. Nobody out. 4th inning. Danny Benton has gone all the way. Has a no-hitter going, but lost the shutout. The pitch. Little excuse me foul ball back, protecting the plate. Single game here on the network this week and next week. And then I think we go back to the doubleheader, weather permitting. We lost a game this week because of the weather. Yes, we have a doubleheader scheduled for the following week with Waukegan and Stevenson. That would be the week of Memorial Day, and then it's on to the playoffs. And we'll follow the Trevians through the playoffs. Swing and a miss. And there's one away. And here's Nick Wallace. Time called. And Wallace over to have a conference with Coach Napoleon. There you see it. Fitzgerald at second. Benton at first. And here's Wallace. He is... Wallace batting from the wrong side. I think we got a double steal on here. Watch this. I'll bet you. There they go. Sure enough, there's the throw, and the double steal works. Had to be the double steal because Wallace bats from the left side of the plate. He batted righty there just to try and block the catcher. Smart move by Coach Napoleon. And now Wallace turns around and bats to the other side. And lines a base hit. Here's one run in. Here comes Benton around. He's going to score. And the catcher, Nick Wallace, goes into second. And the Trevians now go up 4-1. And brings up Tim Nelson. One down. Here's Timmy Nelson, the second baseman. Swing and a line shot through for the base hit. And Wallace going to hustle home with the single. And the third run of the inning. With one away, here's Dennis O'Brien. Throw to first, and Tim Nelson back. Trevians now leading 5. There goes a runner. There's a bunt. Oh my, beautiful, over everything. And out into right field, scored as a single. And on the play, Nelson trots on over to third. I'm not sure exactly what that was supposed to be. It was obviously a bunt to move the runner along. It could have been a contact play, but in any case, O'Brien got all of that bunt and blooped it into right field. Here's Matt Sharp.
Sharp.
Matt Sharp has flied out to right, popped out foul. Now hits a ground ball over to first. Now dropped the ball. Everybody's safe. Scored as an error. And 2 on and 1 out. And Andy Deal. And out they have a word as we get a little action down in the Deerfield bullpen down the right field line. And Andy Deal steps up to the plate. Four runs in the inning, and it's 6-2.
On, Andy. Down out there, kid. On, Andy.
As Tim Nelson came home on that last play. O'Brien on second, Sharp on first. There's a pitch, a ball. That is the third error of the game on the Warriors.
Go, Andy. On, kid. Get another one here, Andy.
Oh, my. They had the runner picked off. Whoops, got him. They'll score that at 1-5. And on the play, Sharp trotted on over to second. So now a runner on second with 2 out. And Andy Deal, the batter. Josh Feldman. The pitcher swinging a miss, strike. He's struck out 1, 2, make it. He's walked 1. And the defense a little suspect, 3 errors on the part of the Warriors. Swinging a ground ball, foul and out of play. Down the left field line.
Go. Stay back, right at the middle. Right at the middle.
Now the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. And that retires the side. In the inning, 4 runs on 4 hits. 1 error and 1 left. And the first pitch will pop up down the line and hits the top of the fence, out of play. Hello. Everybody got to jump out of the way of the mud down the line. Danny Benton gone all the way through 4 innings, a no-hitter with 5 strikeouts and 2 walks. run on an error. Glant, the 6, 7, and 8 hitter for the Warriors, due up. There's a ball.
Hey, good pitch, Dennis. Good pitch. Dennis! Nice watch, Wally. Good Wally.
Glant, Kaplan, and Weiss, due up.
Nice job. Ooh, nice pitch.
Hey, nice spot, Danny.
Saw that.
John Glant, sophomore, 1 to 2 sophomores playing for the, I'll make that 3 sophomores playing for the Warriors. Bruiser, the number 3 hitter. Mac Mansavage and John Glant, the sophomores playing on this Deerfield team. Now the pitch. That's a ball. And Glant draws a walk. Third walk given up by Dan Benton. And here's Andy Kaplan.
Dennis, your way. Fifth.
Andy Kaplan steps in with Glant at first. And the leadoff. Throw to first, the runner back. Swinging a fly ball out to center. Fitzgerald has it, throws back to first, nearly got the runner. And Dave Fitzgerald over there for the out. One down, and that brings up Wise. Sam Wise.
Good right there.
That's only the second ball out of the infield today. Pop-up foul, ground foul ball, anyway.
I didn't hear anything.
Six to 1 the score. Trevians 6 runs on 6 hits. Warriors 1 run on no hits. This has always been a tough inning this year for the Trevians. Throw to first. And Justin Nwada keeps the ball in front of him, preventing the runner from advancing. Again, over to first. And again, the runner Glant back. And Danny Benton's shirt's all out again. There's a strike. And Benton will put the shirt in now. And the strikeout. Here's Swift, Ryan Swift, the batter. No. Not ready. Okay. It's a ball. The 6th strikeout of the game. Sam Weiss going down. Here's a strike. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ryan Swift. In the dirt, a ball. 6 foot, 180-pound senior. That's a ball low.
Gotta get him.
Hey, we say get it.
Should start seeing some of the seniors, some of the college players reappearing. There's a ball and another walk.
Come on, Danny.
Only base runners for the Warriors have been on walks, and that brings up Foreman.
Lead off.
Ryan Foreman. He struck out and popped out to first.
Hard. In. Hard.
To second, rather. Popped out to second. Two on, two out. Ball one.
Let's go, Dick. Let's go, Danny. Let's go.
Now the pitch. In the dirt. Swing and a miss. No. Sorry, just in the dirt. Hello. Good morning. It was a foul ball. I was right. Runner trots back. There's a strike. Now the pitch on the way outside, and it gets away, and everyone's going to trot up from the pass ball. Scored a pass ball against
Be tough, Danny. Come on.
Nick Wallace.
Some help back there, Nick.
Hey, Danny.
Let's go.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three, and that takes care of that. In the inning, no runs, no hits. And through five, a no-hitter for Danny Benton. No errors and two left on the part of the Warriors. Here's Justin Nwida to lead off the fifth, the only player not to bat in the fifth inning.
Oh, Jeff.
Nwida was safe on an error. And now Nwida hit by a pitch. I was going to say he was safe on an error and scored in the second. And flew out to right field in the third. Now he's hit by a pitch. And here's Fitzgerald batting for himself now. Came on the pinch run for Loddick, who drew the walk back in the fourth. Scored. And Loddick scored back in the second, being safe on an error. Couple of stolen bases in that inning. The second. Gave the Trevians 2 runs. There goes the runner. Oh, my. They won't even throw it. Nwida goes to second. Nobody out. Dave Fitzgerald bats. Benton and Harvey are scheduled now to be on deck. Inside a ball. Fitzgerald out of the way. Now the pitch, a bunt, a beauty right down the line. The throw not in time. No, they called him out. Oh, my. Boy, it looked like he was across that bag. So we'll call that a sacrifice. And Nwida moves over to third. So with one out, here's Danny Benton, the pitcher. Benton singled, stole second, came home on the multitude of singles that followed. The big one being off Nick Wallace after the double steal.
Hey, Danny, hands up.
That unique double steal where they had Wallace bat on the wrong side, as it were. Just stand in the way of the play, so to speak. And that way he kind of makes it difficult for the catcher to throw to, made it difficult for the catcher to throw to third, and both runners were safe, Benton among them. Now the pitch, swing and a miss.
Hey, head on it, head on it.
Having a thing to the right side here. Taylor. He's on a ground ball.
Swing and little blooper, that's going to go foul and out of play.
He's on it. Hard fire.
Off to the left.
On, Danny.
Trevians have certainly had their troubles this year,
Way to hang.
winning games and finishing games off. Now the pitch, strike. Caught him looking.
Harvey, pick him up, pick him up.
2 down, and Dave Harvey bats with Noida on at third. Trevians with 6 stolen bases today. Swing and a miss, strike.
Come on, sit.
Been caught once. Josh Feldman gone all the way for the Warriors. Swing and a pop-up foul out of play. Right back over our head here.
Win the battle, let's go, Harv. Win the battle.
And the delivery by Feldman. Outside of ball. That's a ball, too.
So I got smart. They low, drop down a level.
Nick Wallace on deck. If we get that far. 2 out. Noida at third. That's a ball. And the count goes to 3-1.
My ball.
Dave Harvey singled in the second to bring home the 2 runs. Foul tip, strike 3, and that takes care of that. In the inning, no runs, no hits. A hit batsman and a man left. Here's a little bunt. Benton has it, lobs it over to first, and there's one away. The first time that Feldman got a bat on the ball. Here's Bruiser. He has yet to have an official at bat. Walked twice. Walked in the first and then walked again in the fourth. Batting here in the 6th. Bruiser's been walked twice. There's a pitch. Low, a ball.
Go, Danny, go get him. Get out, Danny. Come on.
2-0. Through 5, a no-hitter for Danny Benton.
Come on, Dan.
Outside a ball. There's a strike. 3-1 to count the Bruiser. Mulligan on deck. There's a strike. We'll see if Danny Benton, ground ball over to second. And to first. Danny Benton and even Justin Nweta had troubles this year finishing off the play. And finishing off some fairly great performances. Six and 2/3 innings, or 5 and 2/3 innings rather, of no-hit ball for Benton. Foul ball back. I'm not talking about just no-hitter here. I'm talking about closing the game. There's a ball. High. Devin Mulligan. Pitch and a foul ball back. Wasn't happy about swinging at that. Hits himself on the head with the bat to kind of wake himself up. Hello. Swinging a little dribbler headed back towards us. And pitching coach Chris Piggott. Eventually went to Matt LaFontaine, who threw it back into Danny Benton. A pitch low ball. Chris Piggott, a pretty darn good football player and baseball player with the Stevenson Patriots a couple of years back. There's a fly ball out there. Oh, my. This judged by Dennis O'Brien. Goes to the wall, and Mulligan chugs around towards third. Here's the throw. They got him. Scored as a double, and out trying to stretch it. In the inning, no runs, one hit, no errors, and there was no one left. So we go to the bottom half of the sixth inning. Wallace, Nelson, and O'Brien scheduled to bat. Swinging a little comebacker. They flip to first. And just that quick, one away. Here's Tim Nelson. Pitch is low in the dirt, a ball. There's a strike. Evens up the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swung at a pitch in the dirt. Now the delivery. Swinging a line shot out towards right. Right fielder has it for the out. You saw him run through the puddle out there, and here's Andre batting for O'Brien. I assume we'll have a re-entry. Mike Andre batting for O'Brien here in the 6th inning. That's a ball outside. Single game today on the network. Swinging a ground ball out to the shortstop. The long throw in plenty of time. And that takes care of that. 3 up and 3 down for the Trevians. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 7th. Trevians lead it 6-1. Let's hold them and go home. We'll be to the 7th inning. And leading it off is Mac Mansavage. Pitches low, a ball. Last hope for the Warriors.
Come on, Dan.
That's a ball. 3-0. And a ground ball. All bobbled by Sharp. Scored as an error.
Hey, get the next one. Let's go. Hey, shake it off, Danny. Roll him up. Roll him up.
So Mansavage on with an error. Second error of the game for the Trevians. Glant, the batter. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Right fielder over. Has it in the swamp out there. And O'Brien takes it for the out and 1 away. Here's Kaplan. 1 down, 1 on. Danny Benton with a 1-hitter. And the first hit coming with 2 out in the 6th inning by Devin Mulligan, the cleanup hitter. And he was out trying to stretch it to third. Kaplan, throw to first. Got away from Noida, but Mac Mansavage decided to stay put. Benton delivers. Swinging a ground ball. Foul. Off to the left. And your announcer, a paid employee of the New Trier Athletic Department to bring you this event. Swinging a ground ball out to short. Going to go for the double play. Double clutch. Threw it away. Another error. The third of the game for the Trevians, and once again, Trevians are self-destructing here. Second error of the inning. And Danny Benton has pitched a whale of a game, finds himself in a little bit of trouble here with 2 on and 1 out. And Nick Wallace out to have a word with Danny Benton as Sam Wise steps in.
Let's get the next one. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Here's Wise. 2 on, 1 out. There's a ball inside. Ball 1. Weiss has struck out twice. In the dirt. No ball. And nice job by Nick Wallace keeping it in front of him and keeping control of that, preventing the runners to advance from advancing. Getting to the next base. Pop-up foul and out of play.
I want to make sure I don't get hit before a month. Hey, I don't want to get hit.
2 on. Both on errors. One to Matt Sharp and one to Andy Dale. Swinging a base hit. Here comes the runner. And they'll hold up. Bases are loaded. Only the second hit of the ball game. And that loads them up. For Swift, Ryan Swift, the number 9 hitter in the lineup. Bases jammed. Swift the batter. Only the second hit of the ball game. There's a strike. I think at least, part of that double that Mulligan got in the 6th was a case of running around in that mud out there. There's a strike. While the infield is in fine shape, that outfield still has a lot of standing water out there. And along the foul lines is also pretty muddy. We're close to the Skokie, and appropriate that we have swamps. Skokie is an Indian word for swamp, I understand. Rumored. Bases loaded for the Warriors. Mansavich on third, Kaplan on second, Weiss on first. Delivery to Swift, and he holds stuff, fouls it off the right side. And another foul ball back. As we said, Trevians have trouble finishing off even great performances. That fielding being a little suspect sometimes, and sometimes it's the pitching itself. And there's a ball, a little lobber.
Go get him, Danny.
And a foul ball. Out of play.
Danny, come on now.
Bases loaded. Swift hanging in tough. Swinging a foul tip. And Swift still hanging in there. Fouling him off. Looking for his pitch. Now the delivery. Swing and a high fly ball. Drops in for the base hit. 1 run's going to score. 2 runs are going to score. And a single by Swift, the second hit of the inning. And Chris Piggott, the coach of the pitching coach of the Trevians, out to have a word with Danny Benton. And it's a 6-3 ball game. Here's Foreman.
Come on, Dan, we say fight.
Foreman struck out in the 1st and 5th and popped out to shallow right center. Caught by the second baseman in the 3rd inning. Batting here with a chance to bring the Warriors a little closer. Still only 1 out. There's a strike.
Roll him up here, Dan.
Ryan Foreman. They say he's only 125 pounds. Foul ball back, out of play. Reminds me of my size back when I was in high school. A senior. I think I was a little bit more than that by then. Not much, but a little bit more. I think 135 or something like that. All I know is I had the gym class with the offensive line of the football team and nearly got killed. Everyone's going to be safe on that one. Call it an infield single, a line blast by Foreman. And another run in. And runners on at first and second, still only one out. And Feldman, the batter. The pitcher, Josh Feldman. Josh Feldman struck out twice and grounded on a little comebacker back to Benton in the sixth. Batting here in the seventh. 3 runs in. Making it interesting. There's a ball high. Coming to that time of the year where the seasons will end. The sports seasons here on the network will come to an end. Just a couple of weeks away. There's a ball. Feldman, Bruiser, and Mulligan could possibly bat here, meaning they would bat around. There's a ball. And just that quick, Feldman draws the walk, and the bases are loaded. And here comes Piggott, and that will be all for Danny Benton. A whale of a game. It ends up that Danny Benton pitches a 4-hitter. 3 of those hits coming here in the 7th. He walked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and struck out 2, 4, 6, 7. So an excellent performance. And Franklin Sarkett comes in. Sarkett comes in to face Bruiser, the number 3 hitter in the Warriors lineup. He has walked twice, scored an unearned run back in the 4th. There's a little squibber. They're not going to take it home. They're going to throw it to first, and there's 1 out. 2 out, rather. So Swift scores, and that's the 4th run of the inning. The tying run on third with 2 out, and Devin Mulligan, who gave it a ride back in the 6th, over the head of the sprawling Dennis O'Brien out in right center. Last inning, bats here with 2 on and 2 out. The lead run in scoring position at second, the tying run at third, 2 out. And it's a 6-5 ball game now. Devin Mulligan, there's a pitch up towards the head, a ball. Mulligan getting a shave and a haircut.
Hey, Franklin, don't rush yourself. Let's go. Don't rush yourself.
And Circuit is owed 2 bits from Devin Mulligan for the shave and a haircut. There's a ball. Mac Mansavage has started off by getting to first base on an error from Matt Sharp, is 2 up. There's a ball, and the Warriors have batted around here in the 7th, making a game of it. Here's Mansavage with the bases loaded.
Hey, easy as face now. Go now, let's go. Go suck it. There's ground ball here. Heads up, D. Play, make a play.
Franklin Sarkett with a chance to get himself a save. Bases loaded. There's a throw to third, and Foreman was standing on the base anyway. Now the pitch, inside a ball, around the kneecaps. Swinging a ground ball to third. This should do it. Sharp with the tag out and the force play at third, and that will finally end that. In the inning, 4 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits, 2 errors, 2 walks, and 3 left. We'll be back in just a moment with the final recap on this game. Here's the final word on this game for the Trevians. 6 runs on 6 hits, 3 errors. And for the Warriors, 5 runs on 4 hits, and there was also, on the part of the Warriors, 3 errors. Winning pitcher is Danny Benton. Franklin Sarkett gets a save in relief, and Josh Fellman takes the loss. Final score again, 6-5. This is Mark Braun. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast today, and we'll greet you next week with Evanston. Until then, as always, hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and we say